was actually, it was funny as hell.
You guys are idiots. All right, welcome to the Practical Pistol Show. My name's Ben, here to answer shooting questions, among other things. On deck, we got Pro Shop Tim, who said he's going to talk.
Hi.
Nick Antola.
Yes.
And Mr. Matt Hopkins.
Hi.
I just got an email from a guy that wants me to bring him a boss hanger.
Well, that's not going to work very well.
He's in a class with me in one day, and he broke his holster or some shit.
It's going to be kind of hard for you to deliver that. Take it off yours, I guess.
God,
Take Kita's.
All right. Yeah. Oh, shit. That's a good idea. I'll take Kita's. Be like, sorry, Kita, you're taking one for the team. This guy needs a holster for a class. All right. Today's topic. Hey, Ben, my name's David. I'm new USPSA. Blah. All right, we'll skip this stupid shit. All right. My question to you is, when I travel to my nearest club match, 2-hour drive, is my time better spent trying to squad with our in-house GM or other lowly shooters like myself? Any feedback would be greatly appreciated. This part's for you, Hopkins. Love your show. Thank all of you for this podcast. Lots of great information. I think that was for you.
Awesome.
Yeah, you addressed it to you specifically.
He's on the show more than anybody else now. So.
That's actually true. It's the Hopkins show. All right. Nick, what do you think about this?
I think if your goal is to get better, and that's your top priority as to why you're there, then you should squad with the best shooters that you can. Because
I say that's wrong.
you will learn more.
Oh shit!
And you will shoot like them just from being around them.
You'll learn a throwdown.
So you have to ask yourself if that's really your goal. And if it is, I think that's what you should do.
Actually, I agree 100%. Next question.
Well, I think we could explain this a little more. Tim Myers, what do you think about this?
Yeah, so I would say that when I was new, I would have disagreed with that because those guys are terrifying when you're terrible. but whenever you want to get good, it's helpful, right? You can see where you're getting demolished, right? When you shoot with people who aren't very good, and you go look at the scores, and you're like, well, how did this guy beat me by 5 seconds on this stage, right? Like, it's kind of hard to figure that out when you don't actually see somebody do it and you're not that good. So, yeah, it's pretty helpful. Also, I think the pressure aspect is another bonus, right? Like, if you want to get better and you want to get used to having the pressure of while you're shooting, it's kind of hard to put pressure on yourself when you're destroying everybody in your squad.
All right, well, how about this, Tim?
Yeah.
Let's say that you're bros, like the guys you are competing against directly.
Uh-huh.
Like more directly, where, I mean, there's actually a chance of you winning or them winning.
Yes. Yeah.
Or whatever. Would you feel more pressure on the same squad as those dudes?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, on the same squad, I'm gonna feel more pressure than if they're on another squad.
So maybe it'd be better to squad with those guys.
Well, yeah, I always squad with the. I mean, yes.
Or what do you?
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're saying like the B class dudes should squad with the B class guys.
Well, I don't actually believe that. I'm just putting that out there for the sake.
No,
of
I don't
discussion.
agree with that though. I don't agree with that. No.
I mean, this seems like, yeah. Why wouldn't? I mean, I look at it like this. At your club match, you want to squad with the best guy and shoot with the best guys there.
Yeah.
And try to learn from those guys.
Yeah.
And on that squad, there'll be plenty of guys who are awful. Also.
Sometimes though,
but
it kind of depends on the club, right? Like a club like Nick's, where you have, I don't know, 100 dudes show up, and you may have like 10 M to GMs. Like, it's not impossible you have a squad full of M and GMs. Like, most of those dudes aren't going to be terrible, right? I mean, is that something that happens to you, Nick?
We don't have quite that big of a number or that high level. We'll have like we may have, depending on a really stacked match, we'd have like 4 total GMs across all the divisions.
That's still a lot, though.
And that's not typical. That'd be like the best matches of the year.
Well,
but I mean, there's plenty. Depending on who you are, unless you're, Bill Drummond, there's somebody there in some division you can compete against. That's true.
Well,
so, yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me that you would, or that it would even matter what the lower level guys are doing at the club match. Well, I mean, like from a new, like if you're new and you come in, you're like, well, there's guys in every classification, every skill level. Like, why would you even give a shit about the lower level guys?
Because they aren't as intimidating, man. You don't want to watch some Bill Drummond running around with a space gun shredding it, and you're like,
why not?
Because you got your XD factory holster on with a couple mags and shooting limited miter.
Guys are pussies.
Terrifying.
When I started,
I've
I
been there.
spent a lot of time watching the Nationals footage when you had when you had to buy it on DVD to watch it. I would just watch that stuff.
Yeah, man. My boy made a lot of money off you. I heard about that.
They did. Saul Kirsch made a lot of money off me, but it became normal to me. That became normal. And when I went to a club match, I'm like, wow,
yeah,
we all suck.
But that's not the experience of most shooters out there. Most guys aren't out there buying DVDs to get accustomed to watching people shred, right? They just kind of show up and shoot and.
Yes,
right?
But we try to cater to guys who want to do the
that's true.
the better thing.
This is true.
That's why I qualified. I mean, you have to ask yourself, is it really your goal? If it's really your goal, if your number one goal of being there is to get better, I think you want to squad with the best shooters you can from whatever division they happen to be in.
If you want to go there and squad with your bros, then that's different, right?
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, that's great, and maybe you can both get on the squad with the best shooters there. That's fine. But if you're going to learn more watching better shooters, that's just the way it is.
And talking to better shooters, because you tend to have a lot of interactions with guys on your squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to see how they, another important part of club matches is, learning match management that you can apply, larger matches, and you get to see how those guys do other things too besides just the physical shooting part. You get to see how they, approach stages. And,
yes.
How they eat, what time they show up.
How they eat.
How they paste or don't paste.
How they paste or don't paste.
Yes.
They don't have a huge barbecue sandwich right in the middle of the match.
One thing people should.
Tim brings his daughter out to pace for him now.
No, I don't.
What the M's and GMs do during the walkthrough.
Yep.
Stop walking through the fucking stage. Go around.
Dang, is this your new grumpy thing of 2016?
Yeah,
it was
this
water
is
in
what
2015. Now 2016 is gonna be.
I'm gonna hammer it every show. Just be ready, people.
Wait, what?
Switch a snowman.
Exit out the gift shop. Don't
He's
go
been
back
all
to
over
the
this.
fucking lobby.
Jesus Christ.
2016.
You're gonna be a joy to squad with this year, aren't you, Matt?
I'm gonna tell everybody up front.
Do you realize what I'm gonna do every single fucking stage now? I'm gonna walk all the way to the end of the stage, turn around, and intentionally run into you. Then do my best to convince everyone on the squad that it was an accident when you know that I did it on purpose.
That's fine. We got a year to figure this out. Somebody to break.
You're gonna go fucking crazy. I have a feeling this isn't the first time you've told Tim Myers about this either.
Nope.
I think he talked about it on a podcast recently.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is not the first time that he's talked about this.
This is 2016 already.
This is the current year, yes.
That's new topic. It's going to become a rule.
I don't think it's the first time you're talking about it this year.
Wait, you want somebody to put this in the rule book?
Actually, yeah, that's a good suggestion, Ben. Glad you came up with that.
Oh, you're
it's
a
like
lunatic,
best practices.
Dude.
Come on.
Yeah, it's an
makes
etiquette.
sense.
It's an etiquette thing, I guess. But as a lefty, I don't really have that much sympathy. I think I mentioned that as well.
Can you get a lefty? Can you get a waiver for being a lefty?
No.
Can I get a waiver? Yeah.
No, not allowed.
Okay.
Idiot.
So I just don't get a walkthrough.
No, you can. I give left-handers plenty of options. Just
Ben,
don't walk back through the
how
stage.
fast are you when you start off your day shooting a match? Do you start the first string shooting a little more slowly? Say 90% effort just to warm up, or even at the first shot of the day, you're off at 100%. Maybe it's mental, but when I start cold, I feel my performance isn't as good as if I shot the same string in the middle or at the end of the match. I'll kick it to you, Hopkins.
I think you should shoot the same speed the whole match unless you're trying to bump it up at the end because you know you got to because you're losing or something. But that usually doesn't work out, so I'd say do the same thing all the time.
It really doesn't work that often, does it?
Nope. It's a lot of fun, but usually not the best for match scores.
It's a lot of fun. I've seen you shoot some stages when you're mad, where you're smiling when you walk off, then we go score it, and then you're like, it was worth it. It was worth it.
Maybe.
All right, Nick, what do you think?
So I can tell you if matches go like practice for me, and they probably do, I can tell you that what I try to do and what actually happens are two different things. So I'll try to come out of the gate basically at full speed. But what the timer tells me in practice is that I'm actually not going full speed on the first run. I don't really have a good explanation as to why. It's not really a conscious decision, but that seems to be how it happens for me.
All right. Tim Myers, are you still talking?
Yeah, the cat's in the room, though, man, so I had to mute it.
It's okay. Hopkins has his cat all the time.
She's not in there now.
So what I try to do, and like Nick, what I try to do and what I do are different. Usually I come out of the gate blazing, and then maybe I throw a couple mics. Then I try to bring it down a little bit in the next
Tim,
stage.
what percentage would you
then
say
I got
you
to turn it
start
back
with?
up.
Tim starts a match at 130.
I think I did. I did my last one, man. I came out like
He's got to get
120.
those points, right?
Like I was so fast. It was crazy.
It was
It was-
definitely crazy.
It was poor decision making. I don't know. I'm gonna hang out with Hopkins more. He
I don't
kind of
know,
shoots the
Good at
same.
this, dude.
Hopkins
No,
is-
but you shoot the.
Hopkins
you
is
shoot
like
your
well
speed.
on his way to being an angry old fucking man. It sounds like.
He is cranky, man.
As long as you don't
Look
get
at
in my
that.
way in the walkthrough, we'll be fine.
Jesus Christ.
Now I have to do it though, Hopkins.
No,
I'm
you
not
don't,
gonna bring
Tim.
the
If
cart.
you do
And I'm
this-
gonna get in your way.
Yeah, I'm never going to talk to you again.
Wow.
He's already
my
blocked
feelings.
you on Facebook, right? Something like that.
No, he begged me to let him out.
You're rude. That's all I got.
All right. I agree with what Nick said. I would like to think that I that I start off and then I go, you go your pace to begin with, but that doesn't always happen. And I find if I consciously am pushing to hit the pace I think I should be shooting on the first stage, I end up going Tim Myers style. So I try not to do that.
True story.
Yeah. So I just shoot my pace, which maybe it's a little slow the first few stages. You kind of warm up into the match, and that's the way it goes. And as the more I've trained, the less of a sort of gap there is when I'm warming up into shooting the stages. That's what I've found. So don't do what Tim does. Just
It's not smart.
it's not, dude. It's don't be like, all right, it's the first stage. I really got to lay it down, win the match right here.
Just like any other thing.
Yeah, it's like any other stage, but your shooting is cold or whatever, so you're not gonna be a fucking stud, right?
Actually, this past year, I actually had a good number of first stage wins. I got one stages over my first stage of the day in several matches this past year. So,
I'm proud of you.
I don't know if there's a lesson in that. There probably is.
No.
If I shoot 5% slower, maybe I would win more stages. I don't know.
Or if
Shoot
you
a match
just
with more heat.
if you what? Shoot a match.
with more heat.
Jesus, you are a
What?
cranky old man. What's wrong
Is
with
this a
you?
local match or like a decent?
No,
Level
these
two?
are sectionals and stuff.
All right, it's legit. Were you an L10?
Against GM competition. No.
Okay.
I'm shooting a damn L2.
500 bones at Area 6, dude.
No, it was single stack, man.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Wait,
It's
they're
probably
having a
early in the year.
payout for Lim 10?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No. $500
But
cash.
they're supposed to have a nice payout for Lim 10, no matter regardless of how many people are in the division. So
Yeah.
someone will jump over there and grab that. I guarantee it.
Yeah, well, it's $500 free dollars, I guess, if you coach.
You know the best thing about that? You get two people that are like semi-decent to go try to get the money, and they fight it out, and it's actually a decent match. That would be funny.
Can you still get a gun if you win the cash too?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's not a bad deal.
Yeah.
They paid out. I had a friend who won Lim 10, or I think he actually came in like second place or something like that. Anyway, like he was the in-state Lim 10 champion at sectional this year and got like $275. The division had like 6 people in it or something crazy.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty solid.
All right. Well, another bang-up show, guys. Thank you, Nick. That's it. Well, do you want to talk about anything else, Tim?
I don't know.
Do you have any other nuggets of wisdom?
I want to hear Hopkins get grumpy more.
Dude, it's real simple.
Stay out of your way during the walkthrough.
Just walk the wrong way during the
Form a line.
walkthrough to make that happen.
You got to talk
Form
about
a
every
line.
show to like really cement this, Hopkins.
Well, what match do you attend that doesn't have water now? You're welcome.
Dude.
Double Tap did it?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, did Area 4?
Yes, they have bottled water.
The
You're
Gator
welcome.
Classic, I don't think they did.
You got rained on the whole time. You just had to have your
Yeah,
hands
sure,
on.
I'd open my mouth. Yeah, I don't know. You're right, man. I think you solved the problem for the whole sport. I
Solve the
appreciate you, Matt
problem
Hopkins.
of they
No
need
problem.
to have water out there.
I think they're
Now
terrified of Matt Hopkins, is what it is.
now it's don't touch Matt during the walkthrough. It's like no contact during the walkthrough.
No, you can just make a line. It makes sense. It's not that hard.
Hey, what if it's a
Obviously,
stage?
it's-
What if it's a stage where you can just like go any direction you want?
Let's
And it
be
becomes
honest
hard.
here. Most people do one way. There's
Well,
like
what
one
if-
path and one track through the stage. Go
That's
out. there.
normal, but that's not always.
Well, don't walk back through the stage. It's simple.
Man, you get mad about weird stuff, Hopkins.
No, me and Dave are in complete agreement on this. I have Dave Savigny's backing on this.
I think Dave started this
He
long
did, but I'm
before
going
you
to finish
did.
it.
Okay. You finish it then, buddy.
Foley, I'm going to be calling you. We're going to set a rule up.
We're gonna have a rule, so no being a dick basically is the new rule. You're
Yeah,
like
sure.
you're like one step away, Hopkins, from being a dude who like sits on the couch and then just the only thing that makes you mad is when anybody calls you or rings the doorbell or walks in front of the TV. Like that's where you're
Why?
headed.
No way.
Because you just seem angry.
If you
No,
become a match
man.
director, you could like DQ people for
Holy
unsportsmanlike
shit!
conduct for doing that.
Yes,
Ooh,
Hopkins, you
good
can be a
point,
match
dude.
director.
Yeah, match director.
Foley,
Yeah.
I'm going to put in for MD for Production Nationals.
All right. This show needs to end.